Hey everyone, it's Sam. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with a special video. It is my very first collab video that I am doing with Shea. Her Instagram handle is shea.plans. She did just recently change it. She was shea.b.plans. But we decided that we wanted to do a collab together and do this kit. This is the Fleur kit from Caress Press. We did pair it with the, I believe it was the, no, not the Wisteria, the Lilac Frost wiggle from SPC. It was the half cut headers, so it was a little bit more time consuming, but can I just say that this sparkle, this like matte light purple is perfect. It is, I thought my Evermore kit may have been my favorite of the year so far. Hands down, this kit, this Fleur kit, is the most beautiful thing I've ever laid my eyes on. Shea's spread has turned out fantastic as well. I am obsessed with both of them. If you haven't already, go follow her. She will be posting her spread later on this week. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I don't have any questions. I did have a couple from Amy that I'm just going to do in my next video, since this one was more of a collab, even though there's like no questions or anything. But I am just putting down the base, and I did put off camera the half cut headers on the top and bottom of each block. I didn't want to do that on camera because it was, oh, excuse me, like I said, it was time consuming, so I just wanted to put those on beforehand. And I used both double boxes, which I thought were super, super fun. I used the couch, obviously you see that on Saturday and Sunday, and then I did something fancy on the sidebar. On Monday, I used the right half of the box, the double box scene, and then I kind of like measured it over for the sidebar, so it's in the sidebar. Duh. And then I used the tall girl, which obviously I'm not there yet. But I think my main reason for liking the Caress Press inserts are she has the dotted lines like that are separating each boxes that are like that they're a full box and header size. So using the half cut headers, it was much easier to line up the glitter headers because there was that line. And let me tell you also, you've guys seen in the past few videos that I've done the fancy like hole punch reinforcements on the spreads. The paper, the premium matte paper, I don't know if it's, I haven't used any other ones. This is my first time using that hole punch with this, with that punch, with this like paper. Jeez, I can't speak. It was the hardest thing. I wasted a few circles because it wouldn't cut through. I actually had to put a piece of like SPC, like a leftover sticker sheet on top of it, and then hole punch it through. So the holes would actually cut through the premium matte, I think, because it's like so stretchy. Sorry for my hair. I'm just putting the overlays on for the boxes. But it was it was like a struggle bus, honestly. But I love how it turned out. I loved how the flowers were in this, like in the holes now. And I adore the Fashion Girls, the add-ons in this kit. I got the tall blonde and I got the back blonde because the one facing backwards, I got her because her outfit was a different color than the other hair colors and skin tones that she offered. And then also this tall girl is just beautiful. The art by Silly Studio is just, I mean, I've mentioned it before, like you know. I think it's by Silly Studio. Am I? Maybe? Hold on. Okay, yeah, it is. I had to go back and check real quick to make sure I was saying it right, that I wasn't like messing up the artist, but it was Silly Studio, and I adore their artwork, as you may know, and I'm just obsessed. Like, I'm so happy with it. I love the colors. I love the wiggle paired with it. It looks so good. but I'm just putting down the deco, and this wasn't too exciting of a week. I did get fully vaccinated, which you'll see over the weekend. Other than that, I mean, we'll go into the day by day. In my sidebar, I marked that I was fully vaccinated on the bottom half, and then on the patterned one, I marked that I started like the TikTok ab workout. If you haven't seen the video of them, like the standing like ab crunches, I started to do that this week. So I just wanted to mark it. And then starting off with Monday, the first thing I yawning, I'm sorry. I marked on a little thing that I received some Glam Planner Happy Mail. I think this is when I received my 4th of July kit and my watercolor seas and pink sands kits. And they're super beautiful, and I can't wait to use them. And I used a envelope from the Wiggle. I try to use as much of the Wiggle as possible to bring in this frosty purple. On a fancy label after that, I marked that I had a grocery run, and I used the script from the Wiggle, which I might put on later, I don't remember, and a Paya from GP Studio, who I think is opened now. Don't quote me. After that, I did film my most recent haul, and I used the film clapper from the Wiggle to mark that, and that had my most recent Glam Plan order. I think I figured I would just film. That was like the final part, was getting those kits in the mail so I could get a larger haul. And then after work, I tried to play with the kitties outside, so I just used a rabbit hole handcraft girl with a kitty and a pillow on a little thing to mark that. Moving on to the second half, on a patterned fancy label, I marked with a paw print that Piper, which is my calico, she almost caught a mouse in the room. Twice. She almost caught it. First, she had it in her mouth. I went to go get the broom to sweep it up, and the thing ran away. And then later on, I had a boot like halfway under my bed, and I see the little guy like just sitting on my boot, and then she ran under the bed with it. But then, funny enough, that night Zoe caught a mouse, so I used a like Ugg almost kitty from one of the like extra samplers that Bubba Bear Studios had to mark that she caught the mouse. And then I also marked 911 and 911 Lone Star this day. And to mark my TVs, I did use a little twinkle aspect, like asterisk deco bits, which I have to put at the top too to make it look extra sparkly. Moving on to Tuesday, which I'm already down to the second half. Whoops. I marked that I worked from 8 to 9 and then 11 to 4:30. I took 2 hours of personal. I ran breakfast up to Ian. So I used, I'm sorry, I don't know where that little like chicken nugget McDonald's box is from on a half box. On my way back home, I stopped at Starbucks for a drink, and I got the white chocolate mocha with sweet cream cold foam and extra caramel drizzle. That is like my go-to drink. That day I uploaded my haul, so I used a Bubba Bear Studios bear with an arrow pointing up. I figured they would be perfect for uploads, and they come in a lot of colors. I had some serious talks with Shea this day on a little thing, and a munchkin, like 2 girls hanging out. And then I had Catfish, Big Sky, and FBI this day, so I just marked that in a like third box because I couldn't fit 3 little things there. Moving on to Wednesday. I don't think I told you this. This is the week of the 17th through the 23rd of May. Nothing like telling you almost halfway through the video. But the first thing I marked was a meeting at 12 o'clock, and I used that on an appointment label and a laptop icon from the Wiggle that I had a meeting with my manager at 12 o'clock. For dinner, we had some fried chicken, so I used a Papershire girl with a bucket of fried chicken in her mouth on a fancy label to mark that. I had super high anxiety. I can't tell you why. It really just kind of came out of nowhere. So I used a little like upset anxiety girl from Fox and Cactus. I organized my sticker kits, which they're still out of order because I'm still kind of rearranging it all. I then, on a squared off box, I marked that I stayed home all day, and I used the home icon from the Wiggle to mark that. I baked some cookies that I bought the day before, or 2 days before. They were just like the pre-made ones, but they didn't turn out that great, and I used a paper and milk Mario to mark that. And then Chicago Med, PD, and SWAT were on this day. Moving on to Thursday, in a squared off box, I did mark that I was super busy, and I used a little Teddy Plans Co. girl to mark that. And as you saw, I put the square on the page with the half cut headers, so I would make sure that I had everything to fit there perfectly. And then I ran to my friend Holly's, and I used the cart icon to mark that on a little thing. I had Chinese for supper, so I used a takeout container from the Wiggle on a little thing to mark that. I recorded my voiceover for my plan with me for the week before, which was the March, excuse me, 2021 mystery from last week, the week before. Jeez. And I used a paper shire, like 2 vanillas, like singing, to mark my voiceover. On a patterned piece of washi, I marked that I uploaded my plan with me with a like YouTube like movie icon from the Wiggle. I helped my mom weed outside, so I used a little thing, and then a scribbler from SPC, like gardening, to mark that. We were planting tomatoes and just weeding around the side of the house. And while I was out there, surprise, surprise, I got bit by something. Lucky me. And I used a Teddy Bear Plans bunny to mark that she's like sad or crying. I wasn't crying, but it hurt and itched real bad. Moving on to Friday. Friday, like the top day, is the only part I don't like about this whole week's spread, but that's okay. I marked on an appointment label that Ian was off this day, so I used the home icon from the kit to mark that. I got to sleep in this day because it was my late day working, so on a patterned piece of washi, I used the sleep in script to mark that, and I worked from 9:30 to 6 this day. Then on a patterned like label, I marked that I was super annoyed because of an account that was messed up by somebody, and refund was given when it shouldn't have been early. It was a whole mess, so I was just super annoyed, mainly like the whole rest of the day. I took a shower on my last break, so I used a little bar of soap from, I don't actually know who it was from. I thought it was from Sweet Bean Plans, but I don't think it is. On a little thing, I went to Weiss, so I used a grocery cart icon, and I caught up on Law & Order SVU and Organized Crime this day from Thursday. I didn't have room to mark those shows. I still actually have to catch up on Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 as well, but I didn't mark those yet because obviously I didn't catch up on them. Moving on to Saturday. So Sunday was actually a fun day, but Saturday was the day of my second dose of Moderna. So I slept in this day, and I used a patterned fancy label to mark that with a Stick with the Plan Co. girl sleeping curled up. And then in a patterned half box, third box, I don't know, I marked that I had vaccine dose number 2 with an injection munchkin with holding a purple syringe. After that, on a little thing, I marked that I made tacos for dinner, and I used the taco icon from the Wiggle. For the second half of the night, I just marked that I relaxed all night with a paper shire girl either napping or sleeping, and I marked that I had a migraine, and I used that with the like open brain emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then moving on to Saturday, not Saturday, moving on to Sunday. Sunday was, I felt like I was hit by a bus, to be honest. I slept in, and I woke up at like 9:30, which is not normal for me. Because even like Saturday, my sleep in was like 8 o'clock. So I slept in, and I used a Bubba Bear Studios Bear Sleeping to mark that. I marked on a fancy pattern label that I had a fever all day and I had chills all day, and it was like super hot outside, so I knew I was sick because how are you gonna get chills when it's like 90 degrees outside? So I used a little vanilla sick to mark that. I marked then with another paper shire girl curled up in bed that I napped all day. I literally, like, I woke up, I would go downstairs, I got a Gatorade, I came back upstairs, I passed out for like another hour, I woke back up, I couldn't move because I was so sore, I had the chills, I fell asleep. Like, I was just, it was rough. It was like super, super rough. I marked on a little thing that I was home all day, and I just used the foiled house icon from the Wiggle to mark that. Then on a fancy patterns label, I marked that I was so sick using a Paya from GP Studio to mark that. I did scrounge up the energy to do one load of laundry, so I used a Teddy Plants Co. Bear and a laundry script from the Wiggle to mark that on a fancy label. And then, like, while I was awake for like short periods of time, I was trying to catch up on some shows because I still need to catch up on The Good Doctor, FBI, Big Sky, Grey's Anatomy, and Station 19. I think that's all. I'm pretty sure I caught up on everything else. No, actually, I have one more organized crime to watch. But whoever watches SVU, the episode was super good. It brought back an old, like, case. It was the guy that plays Carl in Shameless, if you're aware. He was on probably 10 years ago or so. It was when Amaro was Olivia's partner. Yeah, when he was Olivia's partner. The kid killed, I can't remember, but I think he killed a family member, I want to say. And he went to like a mental institute for 8 years, and when he turned 18, they were able to like voucher him to get out, and then he went on another killing spree. But it, like, Carl was this, like, the guy, yeah, the guy that plays Carl, he was the same back then and then this episode, and it was super, super good. So sorry for spoilers, but I just thought that it was a really good episode, so I had to watch that one. And I'm just filling everything out. Oh, there's my cat. There's Piper. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I am obsessed with how this kit turned out. I love the colors. And like I said before, go check out Shea, because this was my first collab with her. And I think we picked a fantastic kit to do. And go follow her anyway, because she's just awesome to begin with. And I do like a premature wiggle, and then I do like an actual wiggle. But I'm just putting this in the spread in my planner, and it actually matches my cloud like perfectly too. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.